Financial plan?
Get financial clarity. Schedule an appointment today at umb.com/private wealth.
Royals baseball today on a beautiful opening day as we celebrate opening week. And it is a great day to be outdoors in Kansas City. Virginia back. A three-run home run for Vinny Pasquantino. The hit. He struck him out. And he's fired up. In the air. Deep to left field. And India has done it again. And Bobby swings and hits it deep. Left field. And that ball is long gone. What a shot. It's so timely. Away. Backhand sliding stop. Long run. Got him. Wow. Swung on and miss. He struck him out. Drops it to right. Looking into the corner. And gone.
Dear Royals, a new season brings many things. A fresh start, a born-again hope, and a renewed fight.
Way to go, fellas. Way to battle. Oh, yeah, this is what this game's all about. Picking somebody up.
I'm Sarah Nauser, and for the last 8 years, I've been in a fight against ALS, or as some know it, Lou Gehrig's disease. But just like Lou said back in 1939, I might have been given a bad break, but I have an awful lot to live for. I live for my family and friends, others in the fight against ALS, and I live for Royals baseball. This organization has rallied around me and supported me in ways I never could have dreamed of. You all have provided encouragement, which has lifted my spirit, fueled my determination, and reminded me that I'm never alone in this fight. For me, what you guys go out and do every day during the season is an outlet. It's my escape from this dreadful disease. I get to forget about ALS and just enjoy Royals baseball.
My goodness. Out of here. Whoa. That's what we're talking about. Well, you'll always remember that one. That was really special.
It's so much more than just a game to me, and to so many other Royals fans. I tell you this because I want you to truly feel the purpose in the game you get to play. Purpose is what fuels perseverance. It's what carries me through my journey, and it will get you through slumps, injuries, setbacks, and the long, exhausting days of the season when the grind feels overwhelming. I hope you'll take a moment to look up into the stands at all of us every game, and remember this: you matter. You are someone's inspiration. You are heroes in the eyes of children who dream of wearing that uniform one day.
Beautiful job. Man, is he fired up, and so is his crowd.
You are a source of hope for people like me who find strength, joy, and escape in the game you play. Because of you, I am reminded life is still beautiful, that joy is still possible, and every day is worth fighting for. You have lifted me up, given me courage, and helped me fight a battle I was once told I could not win. But I am winning, each and every day, because I am still here. It is truly one of the greatest honors of my life to cheer for this team. So today, and every day this season, go out there and fight. Fight like a Royal. Love, Sarah.
It is one of the most beautiful pieces that we have ever run during our broadcast career here, and what a special way to kick off our Royals TV broadcasts. And there she is. You know, when we first met her 8 years ago, we found out her name was Sarah Smiles, and that smile has not ended, but that red bracelet now is really all over the league. I mean, guys like Mike Moustakas or Eric Hosmer, I mean, they've gotten to meet her when they came into town. And that's the cool part about it, is that they didn't know her when they were playing. They come back for reunions, they learn about her story. Guys like Ryan O'Hearn and others that have moved on to other teams, they still tell her story. And so that bracelet says Sarah's Soldiers, And what's amazing to me, Monty, is that seeing that piece, which we've seen many times now, it began our Royals TV coverage in Atlanta, our first ever broadcast. They ran it on MLB Network today. The whole country is being impacted by our good friend Sarah Nauser.
Well, it's amazing what she's been able to do. So many people in Kansas City now know exactly who Sarah is, her story, and we're fortunate to have been through so many things with Sarah. You and I were at her wedding, with her dear husband Lonnie. It's great to have all those experiences we spent together with Sarah.
So many memories, so many pictures, and what you don't see behind the scenes is the ability, and I'll just share this before we move on, to text with her. She texts on a regular basis, posts her social media on a very regular basis, all through eye gaze technology. And that piece that she wrote and voiced with cloned AI technology, exactly what her voice sounded like before her diagnosis. She is one of the most inspirational and strongest women, and how appropriate too, as we start to wind down Women's History Month, to see the impact that Sarah is having on the Royals, on the community of Kansas City, and the world beyond. And there she is in her happy place, Kauffman Stadium. We love her, the players love her. So often I'll break some news to her and she'll say, I already know. The player texted me, whoever it is, to give her a heads up last night. She is family to the Royals. That is certainly true of Bobby Witt Jr., last year's Lou Gehrig Award winner. And Bobby Witt, well, what more can you say about him? Great in the community, great on the field, at the plate, in the field. I love the fact that he talked about it being a little bit of a down year last year. I think it's a little tongue-in-cheek, but look at those numbers at the K.
Well, he does great at the K, and I've heard people say that moving these fences in may essentially give Bobby a much greater chance of winning an MVP, because think about, oftentimes his competition is going to be Aaron Judge for an MVP, and Judge has that short porch in New York. Bobby now has a little short porch here in Kansas City, where he already plays extremely well.
Vinny will not mind those fences coming in, will he?
No, I heard Benny after batting practice today talking a little bit about those fences, and he said, yep, notice the difference, but hey, you've got to take your approach, and that's what these hitters will do. They'll take their approach. The home runs will just be a byproduct of a good swing, but some of those swings last year would have been outs. This year, some of them will be home runs.
And Salvador Perez, it really doesn't matter where the fences are. This season, we would expect that he is going to break George Brett's franchise home run record. He is closing in on that. He already has one this year, so we know fences are not an issue for Salvi. Maybe there'll be some more doubles in there, but maybe more significant for Salvi and all those home runs at Kauffman Stadium is the trickle down. Carter Jensen behind the plate, keeping Salvi's legs fresh. He's going to turn 36 in May. That was not a 35-year-old season last year.
Well, we know Salvador Perez loves playing baseball in front of his home fans, and it just seems like this fan base does something for Salvador Perez, and his numbers at home versus away, obviously much, much better, and I think a lot of it has to do with just how much he likes his ballpark, how much he enjoys playing in front of these fans.
We are going to start to reach the point, if we haven't already, where every day there's the chance for some type of milestone for a man we believe should be a shoo-in for the Hall of Fame. Now it's time for our Circa Sports betting line of the day. Today's line from Circa Sports app is Salvador Perez to hit a home run. Really simple. Does he? Does he not? Monty, there can be no excuse for a hitter today about it being cold and uncomfortable.
No, normally if you're playing baseball in Kansas City in March, you're going to be maybe dealing with some swings that maybe leave a little bit of a mark on your hands. It feels like that the bumblebees are in there, but today it's going to be playing like July. I mean, the ball's going to be jumping today.
We know this much. The Royals should be plenty ready to go after playing October caliber baseball, led by captain Salvador Perez, World Baseball Classic MVP Maikel Garcia, and we saw plenty of other Royals. Lunder Avila, who's in AAA right now, pitching for Venezuela, and then Bobby Witt Jr., Vinny Pasquantino, Jack Caglione, the latter two with Italy, and more. And I'll admit to this, Bonnie, I was not rooting against the U.S., couldn't do that, but it did not break my heart to see Salvi, Maikel and company win one for Venezuela, especially how special and meaningful that is for that country.
Well, no doubt about it. And I think by and large, the World Baseball Classic did a lot for baseball worldwide, and especially for countries like Venezuela. But hey, We were very well represented, regardless who was playing. But Bobby Witt Jr., we know that he is going to be a guy that everyone's going to have their eyes on when he comes to the plate today, looking for a chance for him to do something very special.
Really like that Royals lineup a lot. It'll be an interesting year for the Twins. They are not expected to contend for the division title. I'm sure if they are listening now or any other time, they would disagree with that one, but they still have some big-time names you need to be worried about. Royce Lewis, we know what he is capable of doing, and I still think it all starts with Byron Buxton. If he is healthy, they got a chance.
Well, both Royce Lewis and Byron Buxton have the ability to change a game when one's swinging the bat, and Byron Buxton coming off maybe his best season of his career. Will these guys still be Twins at the end of the season? Nobody knows, but I think if you look at baseball, every team in baseball goes into this part of the year thinking, hey, if Byron Buxton stays healthy and we have, somebody step forward, we got a chance to do something no one's expecting us to do. So that's kind of the caution factor you have to have in mind when you're playing a team like the Minnesota Twins. We're going to see the Chicago White Sox in a similar situation with their rebuild. You cannot take any major league team lightly, like they're going to roll over and give you a game.
No, and even with stars like that, it still begins with pitching, and that's the question. The Royals will see Joe Ryan, weather pending, on Wednesday. That's always difficult. After that, we'll see what happens with the Minnesota Twins. They throw to the hill today, Simeon, Woods, Richardson, and he should feel good. As Hunt always says it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Yeah, his last 5 games, I mean, he's got a splitter that if he's on with that splitter, it makes it a swing and miss type pitch. So it'll be interesting to see how he performs. Is it going to be the first 17 like we saw from him last year, or the last 5? We hope it's the last 17 because he has the ability to go out there and be dominant if he's on.
Well, the Royals may be coming back home with a little confidence after yesterday's win. Chris Bubich will be opposing him opening week and opening day at Kauffman Stadium. The first of a 6-game homestand. Twins, then Brewers. Opening day festivities coming up next.
In 19...
Season Royals TV is your home for Royals baseball. You can stream all Royals games all season in Royals territory on cable, satellite, or in the MLB app. And you can get a season pass for $99.99 to get every All-Star highlight and every mega matchup. That's subject to national exclusivities. Visit Royals.tv to sign up. Kyle Isbell batting 9th, a position he settled into and was very effective in the second half last year. He has good numbers against Woods Richardson. Interesting how Minnesota is playing him defensively right now, because as I'm reflecting on Isbell's season last year, how many times did he shoot a ground ball through the left side, and right now there's essentially only one defender over there right now.
Got the shortstop almost directly behind the bag. Royce Lewis over in the 5-hole.
You can put the defense wherever you want to, but then it's the pitcher's responsibility to throw pitches that force the hitter to hit it into the defense.
And that's a funny question, right? Do you pitch to the defense behind you, or do you pitch to your strengths? I would say for me, I pitched more to what I was going to do, what my strengths were, what my scouting report was. If the defense lined up, which hopefully it did, great, but I don't know that I ever pitched a whole lot different because I looked behind me and certain guys were in unique positions. I just took it for granted that the coaching staff knew my strengths, knew what I was going to do, and understood what hitters tended to do on those type of pitches, and put them in the best position to get me out.
How about pull it to right field, into the wind, and sailing and soaring out of here.
Well, you know what Simeon Richardson's trying to do right there? He got a slider in under the hands. The pitch previous tries to go back to it, say, can I make a better one? Get him to chase. No, this one is up at the knees. Kyle Isbell puts an unbelievable swing on it. And you said it, Ryan, drove it right into the teeth of the wind, but he hit it so well. That ball was gone here. It was gone into the wind. It was gone in the old ballpark.
That's his second career home run against Woods Richardson. He is 4 out of 5 against the Minnesota starter. 2-1 Royals. Foul by Michael. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, I like so far 2 home runs, 1 by each team, and nothing to say about the new fences. Home runs on any given day here at the K.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And it's interesting, you and I got a chance to hear from Dr. Daniel Mack, who runs up the Royals R&D department here, and well, he gave us almost a dozen reasons why they changed the dimensions here at Kauffman Stadium. It was not an impulsive decision at all. I mean, the data is extensive.
They went into everything, including weather, wind patterns, altitude of the stadium.
3-2.
A lot more than just the fact that our ballpark ranks as the second largest in Major League Baseball. We should move them in. They took in all the factors before they did it.
And they didn't mess with center field, which was so interesting.
Maybe Kyle Isbell had something to do with that. He likes his domain out there. I know where my wall is.
Left side, a diving play by Lewis, and then the ball squirts out of his hand, and Michael will have an infield single. Exclusive discounts, early ticket offers, and big news by joining the Royals community texting platform. All you have to do is text Royals to 816-6-ROYALS, which longtime Royals fans will remember as the number to call if you wanted tickets. Before everything could be done digitally and over the internet, well, promo was always, if you're interested in tickets, 816-6-ROYALS. On Collins. Funderburk, I should point out, in striking out Caglione, that was college two-way player striking out college two-way player. Isaac Collins hits it high in the air, into the left field corner, and his first hit as a Royal is a home run.
Talking to Scott Sharp today, he said Isaac Collins is a ball player. He puts the bat on the ball, you see right there. Kind of a pitch cutting in, looks like a changeup, maybe a fastball, but inside part of the plate, brings the hands in. We got all that. 104 exit velocity for Collins. Not a huge frame, but some big pop.
Hitting at exactly 400 feet. So the Royals have gotten all their offense today from their number 8 and number 9 hitters.
How about that? And all via the home run this score. Every run today scored has been via the home run.
So 3-1 KC, and here's Kyle Isbell. And Isbell hit a 2-out, 2-home run in the second, driving in Jonathan India in front of him.
Good for Isaac Collins. His first hit as a Royal in his home debut.
Well hit. Buxton with excellent speed will cut it off and hold Isbell to a 1-out single.